Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, for the hardcore boxing fans, right? Pretty sure everybody knows the heavyweight fight we had a few hours ago. I'm pretty sure most hardcore boxing fans know the result. Alexander Usyk stops your boy Danny Dubois in I think round 7, if I'm not mistaken, or 9. I forgot that. Ain't that something? Anyway, but he stops Dubois, and we have a lot of things to talk about when we're talking about that fight. Alexander Usyk. Before I talk about the fight, let me just talk about Alexander Usyk for a second. Alexander Usyk here on this channel, he's a legend, a living legend. Alexander Usyk is my number 2 pound for pound fighter because of what he did in the cruiserweight division. Most people don't really understand what was really written down in the cruiserweight division because sometimes you listen to just the narrative instead of checking yourself. But cruiserweight division is a much maligned division where hey, it's always weak. But when Alexander Usyk won the cruiserweight WBSS tournament, it was super strong. All of the best fighters in that division entered that tournament. I'm telling you, from the top 8, it was 7 of them there. It was only the one left-handed good fighter from Russia. I forget his name right now. He's the only one who didn't show up. Everybody else. It was the who's who of that division. He came out on top, going to everybody's backyard to beat them. If it was Marco Huck in Berlin, if it was Marius Briedis in Latvia, or if it was Mariat Gassiev in Russia. Before the tournament, he beat Michael Hunter and Joe Joyce. After the tournament, he beat Tony Bellew, and we know what he did after going up to the heavyweight division, beating Anthony Joshua twice. So, this exemplary is a living legend, and I talk about him with the utmost of respect, right? I want to make sure that's clear here, right? So we can, what we're going to be talking about in 2 or 3 minutes might sound like he don't get that top respect here. Super top respect. That's what Usyk is. And boxing could be happy that we have somebody like Usyk, because we got to deal with people being on the wrong side of the street. We got to deal with people don't have to fight this other person. We got to deal with people saying this person doesn't bring nothing to the table, even though we're talking about people who's champions that don't bring nothing to the table when the guy, the A side, don't want to fight him. By the way, we talk a lot of A side and this and that. Alexander Usyk, somebody who just accepted 25% from Tyson Fury, who only has 1 title when he has 3 titles, and accepted 25% to fight someone who's 6'9", 270 damn pounds, and he's 6'3", maybe 215, right? This is who this is. So make sure that's clear before we go further. Now, in this fight with Daniel Dubois, let's talk about the stoppage. Dubois seems to be one who his punch resistance is going to be an issue going forward. Some of the shots he was going down from didn't look like shots you need to be going down from when you're a big galoot like Daniel Dubois. He goes down too quick. Now, but I was thinking, because I always just think that just not my opinion or not the fighter I like's opinion, both opinions. And that's just called empathy. You're going to have that attribute as a person that's on here talking sport, period. Right? You just can't be just for your side and not what's going on in the other person's head. Now, Daniel Dubois, we've seen in several fights that he'll take a knee. But taking a knee is a part of boxing, right? And it's like, let me get myself together instead of get beat up right here and maybe get stopped. I can still take a knee and take a count. Taking a knee makes you understand that you got a 10-8 round from there. But sometimes you weigh your situations while you're getting beat up and like, do I want to get stopped now or do I rather take a knee? So maybe that's what Daniel Dubois' position is. Take a knee so you can fight a little bit, the next day or the next round. So it's not really a quitting thing. So because he gets maligned like he's a quitter as soon as he gets hit. But they're going to have a lot of issues with people going forward because they're going to think his punch resistance is, suspect, to put it mildly. Now, the elephant in the room about this fight is round 5. Alexander Usyk was hit with a low blow. And I'm going to put these up here. A low blow, and he got 3 to 5 minutes to get himself together. Went on the ground and couldn't get up. Now, after further review, That didn't look low to me. From every angle that I've seen so far, it did not look low. It looked right on the belt. And yeah, it looked like it was on the belt. And that way, Daniel Dubois would have won that fight. Now, was he robbed? Hey, I'm not going to say robbed because of the simple fact of it was a bad call. You know, they should have just told Usyk, get up. I think if somebody would have told Usyk to get up and continue fighting, I think he would have been able to. I just think Usyk, you know, used the fact that people say, okay, it hurt me, right? So I went down, but I think if the referee would have came to him, it's not a low blow, not a low blow. I think Usyk would have got up, made it through that round, and continued to beat Daniel Dubois up. He was beating him up before and after. He had big Daniel Dubois in a posture of not really coming forward much. And he was doing a damn good job on Dubois, closing his eye up and beating him up pretty bad. And it showed distance in the fight like most people thought. But I just didn't think it was going to be that much distance. So at the end of the day, when I'm being honest, I think the right man won the fight. I think that once Usyk got hit and went down like that, and the referee would say, no, I'm going to start counting on your ass, you better get up. I think he would have got up and weathered that storm and then, you know, continued to beat him up after the round. Similar to a fight that still irks me to the day. Y'all know who I consider the heavyweight GOAT, and that's Lennox Lewis. That's me. I think Lennox Lewis beats any heavyweight throughout all history 2 out of 3 times. It's heavyweight, so you're going to lose one, but I think he beats anybody. And Lennox Lewis, when he got knocked down by Oliver McCall, right, he got up. He's up with his gloves up like this, and his knee buckled. It's like I just got hit by a heavyweight who hit the hell out of me, landed a peach of a punch, and I can't have a buckling knee, but I'm up with my hands up like that, and y'all stopping the fight, and I'm the champion. I didn't really appreciate that. I think Lennox would have came back and beat the hell out of Oliver McCall. I'm not saying that about Rockman, the first knockout. Have you noticed? I'm just saying that about Oliver McCall. I don't think Lennox Lewis has one loss, in my opinion, but, you know, fights get stopped and things, you know, you got bad decisions. But I'm going to tell you another thing we got to be careful about. Alexander Usyk won the fight. It's better for boxing. I think the better guy won the fight. I think the better guy going forward in boxing is good. I think it's good for some of these other people, maybe even Tyson Fury. We might get the undisputed fight now because everybody's going to realize, like I've been realizing the whole time, is if Usyk is susceptible to anything, it's to the body. If you look throughout his career, when he gets hurt, it's to the body. Similar to Golovkin. Golovkin, you know, nobody wasn't hitting Golovkin on the chin and hurting him. He got hurt to the body a couple of times. And it's only fair. Well, that shows it is a God. It's only fair. You can't have every damn thing. You're a little bit weak to the body. So I think that going forward, everybody's going to be targeting the body of Usyk. And it's the best thing to do anyway because he's got all them skills. You better just go to the body and continue to do it because there he's acceptable. And I think that's going to be good for boxing going forward. But here's something I want you guys to think about before I sign off. Right? What if Dubois wins the fight? Do we want a heavyweight that's so flawed on the crown, having the heavyweight crown? He's under Frank Warren. Frank Warren would then have Dubois and Tyson Fury. Frank Warren was in charge of those negotiations that didn't work with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Now, Daniel Dubois, we all see, I think even casuals see the flaws that he's going to have going forward, right? And it's going to be a whole lot of shenanigans because it's going to be so many people that he can't fight, that they don't want him to fight. Do you really think they're going to send Dubois and fight Herkovich next? Some kind of shenanigans would happen. Right, because it's a flawed fighter and they know it. So they're going to know it's like it's a whole bunch of people that we don't think Dubois can beat. So we'll start the shenanigans. And us as boxing fans, we better be happy that Usyk has the title because Usyk is obviously trying to fight every damn body that's not named Deontay Wilder. Right? And, you know, and it's obvious that, you know, Deontay would cause an issue because it's not only that Deontay touches your chin, he's going to, and he's fast enough to do that, even against Usyk. So, you know, and when we talk Deontay Wilder, all this stuff that people, you know, they always come with this stuff and that stuff. It's patronizing because you have 2 eyes and you know that there's people that get knocked the hell out every time they deal with this guy. He even had the punch of death against Helenius where he didn't even extend his arm. That's obviously dangerous. And any person, even a boxer that's not apprehensive or at least worried about fighting Deontay Wilder, we would have to send him to some kind of crazy home because his brain is not functioning right. Somebody's not bringing the fear factor up there. You obviously have to have a little fear from somebody who's knocking everybody out and who's going to hit you. So let's stop playing. That's the only thing. But Usyk is ready to fight anybody. And I think he would fight Deontay Wilder too if belts are on the line. If Deontay Wilder was the path to undisputed. But if you ain't got to fight him, then I don't think nobody's in a rush to do that. Right? If that's not a prospect on their way up and coming. Fighters that have things to lose. But anyway, back to the point. Alexander Usyk got hit on the belt and played like he got hit in the nuts. Dubois was robbed. That was a bad call, so I don't know if we want to call it robbed because he wasn't really robbed. That was a bad call right there, right? But that was the only positives he could take from the fight. Because take that out of the fight, and what else are we going to say about Dubois? Yeah, he landed a one punch to the body, and he had old boy hurt. What else did he do? And that's one question. The other question is, would you really want him to be the 3-belt champion in the heavyweight division? Right? I don't think you do. That's why we probably good. And if they have to do something like have a rematch, then let them do that, right? And hold up the heavyweight division. But at the end of the day, I don't think we would want Dubois, not yet, to be our heavyweight champion. You see what I'm saying? So, robbed, yeah, but the better man won the damn fight. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.